Day 41. I start the day by making more chests as my storage right now is an absolute mess. After this, I did a bit more terraforming and now I have a nice flat bit of land to work on my projects. After this, I check on my chicken farms. They are doing pretty good. They're actually getting me more consistent food. Then I go out and fight a zombie when I almost got killed by a creeper. I got put on 2 hearts. Then I blew up another creeper, and then another, and then another. But I did not let this one get the better of me. After this, I head back home and farm some potatoes for my project. Put down in the comments what you think I'm going to make. Then I got sick of the phantoms and finally slept through the night. And this takes me to the end of day 41. Day 42 and 43. So my recording got corrupted on day 42, but this is what I built on day 42, but it's still not finished. So I head out to find the rest of what I need, which was a bit of iron and rails for the project, and then this spider rudely interrupted me. After this, I head back up to the surface, and you would not believe what was waiting for me. Yes, it was a creeper. So I fought fast, blocked his line of sight, got myself out of the hole, and then hit him once, and yes, he still blew up because I'm bad. Then I spot a herd of zombies just randomly near my base, so I took them out one by one. I was surprised how many axe crits I got in a row. After this, I made some pants because one of my viewers was laughing at me for having leather pants. Then I made some powered rails. Then I made a railway track towards my new project. Can anyone guess what the project is yet? Comment down below if you know. And that brings me to the end of day 43. Day 44. I start my day by activating the powered rails as I had to transport villagers up to my project. But the first one did not go to plan as you can see. So I tried again and it worked this time and the first villager zoomed up to the top and then the second one shortly joined him. Now that I believe I have completed the build, I can tell you, this is a villager breeder. Now I just need to wait for them to have little babies. After this, I check on my chicken farms and they are doing really well. I got 7 cooked chicken out of them in one day. Then I start terraforming the area with my spade. This took all night to do. After I had a large area cut out, I made a border out of deep slate bricks. Can anyone have a guess at what my next project in the village will be? And that brings me to the end of day 44. Day 45. I start my day by gathering some water for my next project. Then I head up to the top of the mountain to start it. Now I know I started another project last episode, but I kind of want to have a few projects going at the same time. So I then start terraforming the top of the mountain with my shovel. This project is going to require an infinite water source as well, so I quickly make one nearby. After this, I dig out a little rectangle and place 1 bucket of water in one corner and 1 bucket of water in another. And then I do the same on the other side. So 1 goes here and 1 goes here. After this, I start pillaring up to the sky with 2 stacks of cobblestone, as this build is going to require me to be 128 blocks in the air. So I make a little platform at the top as a little base, then I hear those annoying flying boys, so I jump down from this pillar and I land in the pool of water below at the bottom of the pillar. And that brings me to the end of day 45. Day 46. I start making an elevator up to the top of the project out of cobblestone. After I finish making the elevator, I put a dirt block at the bottom and start building kelp all the way up to the top to make them all water source blocks. Then I close off the front side of the elevator with the rest of the cobblestone and dirt I had. After this, I put signs outside the elevator so the water does not flow out of it. Then whilst I'm heading back home, I spot something really cool. My villagers in the breeder had a little baby. Hello little friend. After this, I line the border with torches as I am so paranoid the snow biome is going to turn my water blocks into ice blocks and I might fall and die on them. And we don't want that. Then I put down a magma block to activate the elevator so I check if it works. And it does. Then I build up ladders to the top and have the strangest encounter with a skeleton as he falls down the elevator. So I chase him and chop him up. After this, I put all my materials in the chest at the top to start making it on day 47. And that brings me to the end of day 46. Day 47. I check on my villager breeder and I have 2 little fellows in there now. After this, I head up the ladders to the project, and first thing I do is make the platform wider with cobblestone. Then I build a tower that is 24 blocks tall so the mobs can fall down it. Then I count out 8 blocks from the top of the tower and do a loop round and connect it to the other side. I then look down and build a 2-block path just below this loop, as this will be key for the build. Then I spruce up the project with spruce trapdoors. This is so the mobs will fall down into the pocket. And when I do this on all 4 sides, it ends up looking like this. Can anyone guess what this is yet? Also, shout out to Pluto who requested to see my full skin so they could make some fan art. So here you go, Pluto. This brings me to the end of day 47. Ba-doop-ba-doo. Day 48. I start the day by making an infinite water source at the top of the project. Then I use this water and put it at the end of each column and also mine the walls leading down to the chute until it looks something like this. After this, I make my way down to the cobblestone platform, then I place a double chest and 2 slabs, preparing myself for the mob farm. And this is what it looks like so far. It looks quite good. Then I head down the mountain, which I managed to flood, oops. And then I enchanted some pickaxes, as I needed to mine for more deep slate, and diamonds if I'm lucky. I managed to find redstone, lapis, and gold, but no diamonds unfortunately. But I managed to get a lot more blocks for the project. And that brings me to the end of day 48. Ba-doop ba-doo. Day 49. I start the day by mining for iron, in which I smelt and make hoppers for the mob farm. After this, I head up to the farm and to start working on it again, so I place down all 4 hoppers aiming into the chest. Then I block off the water source block, flooding the hole. As you can see, the water's going down now. After this, I start expanding the floor area of the farm, so mobs can spawn on it. After this, I kill not 1, not 2, but 3 phantoms attacking me 300 blocks in the air. Then I start on the wall around the dark room, so I do this all the way around the farm. But this is what it looks like so far. I thought I had enough blocks, but I just didn't, so I will have to get some more in the next episode. So I enchant some pickaxes for the next day of mining, and this brings me to the end of day 49. Ba-doop ba-doo. Day 50. I start the day by heading down to the mine, as I need to collect blocks so I can finish off the mob farm, because the mob farm will be essential for the projects in the future. As you can see, I got about 7 stacks of different blocks. After I collect the blocks, I head up to the top to finish off the farm, and when I get to the top, I start sealing off the dark room with a roof, but then I get rudely interrupted by 2 flying boys, so I chop them up with my axe. After this, I finish off the roof of the build, and then I jump inside the dark room and start taking out all the torches, as mobs will only spawn when light levels are at 7 or lower. Then I go back to the bottom section of the farm, and you can see there's just creepers at the bottom. Looks like I've made a creeper farm. And that brings me to the end of day 50. Ba-doop-ba-doo.